morning and welcome. Hello. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living right here in beautiful Fullerton, California. Thank you all for joining us today in person and also online. My name is Tomoko Rosas and I'm a practitioner here at the Center. Please join me in stating our purpose statement. We are a loving spiritual community, empowering all to live healthy and successful lives through practicing the principles of science of mind. All right, lots going on today, so a few announcements before we get started. Knowing everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we continue our celebration here today after service, so please join us. Reverend Bill and Beverly sends their love as Reverend Bill takes the time to heal, and Reverend Sunshine Daye is with us again this Sunday and next Sunday. Yay! Our fall program, 30 Days of Prosperous Living, a Spiritual Journey to Open Your Mind to Receive, ends today. I hope everybody had a good time going through this. And if you have any demonstrations or anything you'd like to share out of this practice, please write it down and send it to me for the newsletter. Okay, did you get your personal declaration booklet back in the mail? Yeah. Yes, awesome. I'm sure you had lots of demonstration from that as well. And the booklet for 2026 is available today until supplies last. And also today is the day that we ask your commitment in writing to the center, and the commitment card is with the booklet as well. We're collecting food, as you all know, and we have lots of food that was collected for Pathways of Hope Food Pantry. We will be making a trip this week, and the last day to bring your donation will be the 21st of December. So thank you all for your participation. Unexpected Income Club is doing great, and it's inching up. As you all know, our goal is $32,000. Okay, and we have donated I Can Do It Daily Affirmation Calendar for 2026. Available, limited supply, so it's available for $15 at the bookstore today. All right, that's going to be it for me, and I'll pass it on to Tommy and Rick.
I need to be still and let God love me. I need to be still and let God love me. When this whole world starts to push and shove me, I need to be still and let God love me.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. And let's just bring that power of spirit right here, right now. And together, we acknowledge the presence of divine love. It's in and surrounds each one of us. And we know that God's Spirit is our unlimited source of love, peace, health, and prosperity. And we come together today celebrating this oneness. And I bless our service this morning. I know it's loving and harmonious and complete and filled with blessings for each one of us. We're grateful for our church community, and we thank the many hands that make this service possible for us to enjoy. We're thankful for Reverend Sunshine Daye, and we know her message will be perfect for each one of us. We send thoughts of healing to Reverend Bill and Beverly, and we know they are loved, healthy, and whole. And we thank God for this special time, this special luncheon, this celebration. And I know the food will be delicious, and each one of us will enjoy it. And so it is. Good morning. I'm Carol Riseling, and I'm a practitioner here at our center. And I found a reading today. I got it from a little book that I got in the used book section over there. It's called Beyond Appearances. And this book is a collection of daily readings that were written by Science of Mind ministers. It's a little older book, but it has a lot of good things. And what I selected was a reading from Reverend Don Curtis. And he was quite something. He was a pastor of Science Mind churches in Dallas, New York, and Los Angeles. And he wrote about, I am aligned with love and happiness. He says, love is God in action. Love is the motivating energy behind constructive thoughts and feelings. Love is the most important thing in the world. And knowing this truth, today I learn to love. My heart is cleansed of all destructive feelings and attitudes. I love. I am free from all hostility. I love. I see God shining in every person. I love my neighbor as myself. Love flows forth from me and blesses my world and all who are in it. For I am a loving person, and for this I am grateful. Aware that my happiness comes from within, I seek first inner wholeness, and I know all things necessary to produce happiness are added unto me. I am just as happy as I make up my mind to be. Love causes happiness for me and all the people in my world, and I express love at all times. My heart and my mind are untroubled and unafraid. My entire being is a reflection of infinite being. I get out of the way of my own happiness, and I let the light of spirit flow through me. God is peace. Therefore, I am peaceful. God is joy. I am joyful. God is good. Therefore, I am a good person. And God is love. So I am loving, compassionate, and kind. My consciousness is filled with virtuous qualities because my mind and my heart are filled with God. And I am grateful for this knowledge. Ernest Holmes tells us, with the realization of love and perfection, happiness and wholeness will fill your entire being. And so I give thanks for my complete and perfect happiness. I give thanks for the privilege of making others happy, and I live my happiness now and always. And now, please join me in prayer. And just knowing and sensing that God is that one unlimited divine power, that one presence that that is within each one of us. And knowing that this love sustains every one of us and guides us into perfect harmony and peace. And we turn away from all the worldly problems and consider our oneness and what it means to be a part of God. Divine love transforms our thoughts. We know we are one and loved and loving. And I thank God for this truth and this realization, knowing we are never separated from our source, and all is well. And in gratitude, I release this prayer into the law, and I know it's already done, and so it is.
My wife and I sat down and made a list of things we were grateful for, and this song came out of that. It's called Open Heart, Grateful Heart. On this magnificent journey, so many things play their part and take their place in moving me. With an open heart, grateful heart. Love of my family, with an open heart, grateful heart. Laughter shared with good friends, with an open heart, grateful heart. A healthy, happy body, with an open heart, grateful heart. The smiles of the little children, with an open heart, grateful heart. With an open heart I give to my world, with an open heart I do receive. Believing good is mine now, with an open heart, grateful heart. The true love of my true love, with an open heart, grateful heart. Beautiful sunsets and waterfalls, with an open heart, grateful heart. Football games and pizza, with an open heart, grateful heart. Rainbows painting blue skies, with an open heart, grateful heart. With an open heart I give to my world, with a grateful heart I do receive. Believing good is mine now, with an open heart, grateful heart. With an open heart I give to my world, with a grateful heart I do receive. Believing good is mine now, with an open heart, grateful heart. Oneness of all life, with an open heart, grateful heart. Dancing free and flowing, with an open heart, grateful heart. Singing loud and joyful, with an open heart, grateful heart. Knowing peace and freedom, with an open heart, grateful heart. With an open heart I give to my world, with a grateful heart I do receive.
we're so lucky today because we have our guest speaker, Reverend Sunshine Daye, with us again. She's great, and we're so grateful to have her here. And she's going to be speaking today on gratitude breaks spells. So let's give her a hand. We got a full house today. I love it. It must be the food. Food always brings people out. Wow, what a great, great day today is, and it's great because you are here. Ever notice how sometimes we slip into telling old stories? Sometimes when we want to do well, we sometimes slip into old patterns or old reactions. Yeah, when people say, oh yeah, you know, I slipped into my old pattern or old behaviors, I said, if you just did it, it ain't old. It's pretty current, you know. It's not old at all. But what I want to say about that in particular is that when we slip into telling old stories, oh, that's just how it is, and when we slip into old patterns and old behaviors, it is slipping into a trance without realizing it. It's that thing that kind of pulls us off center. And it happens softly and it happens quietly, almost imperceptibly. We don't even know it's happening. And before we know it, we're in that complaining cycle or in the old behavior, adding sugar to the coffee, or not going to work out, or not engaging in our spiritual practice like we said we wanted to do. It's a spell. We fall under a spell. Or ever wake up and realize that you've been arguing with somebody for at least 3 days and they're not even in the room? Yeah, that's another spell, right? That's another spell. Or you ever notice when you're feeling like heavy and irritated, rushed, resentful, maybe even regretful, and you can't remember how it started? You have fallen under another spell. And, you know, I wanted to start this way because it's a common thing. As human beings, you know, in this human form, we get to have these experiences. And yet what we know, or at least what we're being taught in our New Thought philosophy and our Science of Mind philosophy, is that we are actually spiritual beings and that we're having this human experience. And so having these experiences of being in a trance or being under a spell is part of this flesh. It's part of, you know, what happens. I mean, my favorite trance or my favorite spell that I'm under sometimes, and then I get super grateful, is when I come to at a stoplight, not under the influence of drugs or alcohol, because I'm sober, as you can see in the bio, but when I come to at a stoplight and I don't know how I got there. It was like, I've been driving all this time, and it's just like, oh, it's like, okay, good thing I didn't, you know, good thing I knew how to stop. Because sometimes I'm so caught up in the thoughts in my mind, and I'm, and next thing you know, it's like, oh wow, I'm already on Imperial Highway. Whoa. Anybody else? Because I see some head nods, but I also see some weird looks like, really? I just want to make sure I'm not alone here. Yeah, so today we're talking about the gratitude, or gratitude that breaks spells. Gratitude that breaks spells.
gratitude, as I explained a couple of weeks ago, is actually an attitude. And as we talked about tag and playing tag last week, engaging in Thanksgiving, appreciation and gratitude, how the nuances of those three things, even though we use them interchangeably, the nuance of them is actually so beautiful. And today, focusing on that gratitude and how gratitude actually breaks spells, how it breaks those trance-like experiences that we have. And the attitude of gratitude is actually a frequency. A frequency. When I engage in an attitude of gratitude, I'm in a frequency that is so powerful. And so over the last 2 weeks that you've been practicing Thanksgiving, appreciation, and gratitude, if you have been engaging in these things, as was suggested in the homework that you went home with each Sunday, you've actually been practicing what is necessary to break spells, like waking up, having an argument with somebody who's not even in the room. And you've actually been restoring, by practicing gratitude and that attitude of gratitude, you've actually been restoring some clarity in your life. And I don't know if any of you have noticed that. You've also been restoring some power in your life. And you've also been restoring your own spiritual authority just by engaging in this attitude of gratitude. And I want to say, you know, Ernest Holmes is famous for this line: change your thinking, change your thinking, change your life. So when he said that, he didn't say change your pretending, change your life. He didn't say change your mask, change your life. He didn't say change your personality, change your life. But he did say change your thinking. Your thinking is not out there, beloveds. Your thinking is here. It's an internal process. And when you begin to change your thinking, you begin to change your vibration, your frequency. And that is how we break spells. Okay, we're going to pass the basket now because the food's ready. No, I'm kidding. I'm just getting started. When we change our thinking, we're changing our inner atmosphere and we're changing our vibration. The clue comes, though, as to what direction we're changing our thinking towards. Rick suggested in his song that he wrote with his beloved wife that we create our happiness, and gratitude is a way to create our happiness. So when we commit to having what I like to call mature gratitude, or you know, if we were in my community, we would say grown folk gratitude. This is not for little ones. This is grown folk. You know, like at Thanksgiving, where you have the table for all the adults and then you have the kids' table. This is the grown folks' table. Yeah, we're talking about grown folks gratitude. And that gratitude is not just to be grateful for the shoes on your feet. It's not, you know, the complaining that other people have it worse, but it's not even that spiritual bypass, which is a whole nother talk show. But I'm talking about the gratitude that's this energetic stance. Now think about that for a moment. Have you ever been so grateful? Have that attitude of gratitude that there's energy behind it? And I'm talking about that gratitude of knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt of knowing that I am the expression of God. And when I know that, when I truly know that, of course everything comes together for my highest and the best. But not just my highest and best, but for the highest and best of all of us. That's an interesting energy to be in. That's that energy of I trust infinite spirit rather than the circumstances and the situations that are before me. It's that kind of an attitude that breaks the spells. It's that kind of frequency that dissolves the illusion that, oh, something, oh, I can't, the other shoe's gonna drop, or, oh, this is going wrong and that's going wrong. But the moment we change our thinking, the moment we simply allow ourselves to say, wait a minute, what else is true here? What else is true here? That's when we begin to break the trance. Now, I haven't seen any new movies about being in spells, but I remember like some of the old school movies about being hypnotized or being in a trance, and you just do whatever it is that the person who's puppeteering says to do. And we do that to ourselves, really. We've been socialized, if you will, by loving parents and loving religions and loving teachers to sometimes see life as half empty, the glass half empty, or that it's all going well now, but we can't, that other shoe's gonna drop. Sometimes we hypnotize ourselves, or we put ourselves in the spell. And if I'm going to be honest, which I am, I can't help it. But that's the phrase the kids are using these days. If I'm going to be honest, sometimes we just say, forget the world. Forget the world. I don't like you. There are days where the world gets the tallest finger on our hand. There are days where we forget who we really are. There are days where we forget our source. There are moments where we forget that we are actually the ones in charge, and that we are at choice, and that we are at choice often, and we fall under the spell of, I'm not enough, or I'm just too old. What's the sense? Or we have those resentments and those grudges. You know the ones that when we mention that certain somebody's name, even though you may not speak it with your mouth, but they don't have safe passage through your mind. Yeah. That spell of, why is this happening to me? I used to be able to kick my foot all the way up, and now I can't. Why is this happening? Or that spell of comparison. When we're under those spells, let's face it, gratitude is not the first thing I think of. I'm in the muck. I'm in the mire. I'm in the weeds, in the brambles, in the dirt. I'm in it. And gratitude sounds like a tall order. It sounds like a huge hurdle that I need to jump over. But hear me. Gratitude is not a feeling that we have to force. It's actually a frequency that we get to return to. It's a frequency that we get to return to. You can see it as coming home to your awareness. I don't know about you, but as someone who's been out in the working world, and goes out and, spends time at the office or with people or whatever, when you leave that place and you come home and you're like, oh, I'm home. Yeah, that relief. That's what gratitude is. It's home for your awareness. It's that relief. I often say, and you can quote me on this, when I forget who I am, life feels heavy. And when I remember who I am, life becomes holy. You see, that attitude of gratitude is simply me remembering. It's me remembering. Melissa Felipe, she's a minister for Centers for Spiritual Living, but many, many years ago, she wrote a song, I am remembering who I am. You might have sung it here. It goes something like, I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. That's the gratitude that breaks spells. Because when we forget the truth of who we are, when we get captured and enveloped in the spell, pausing and allowing ourselves to return to that energetic of gratitude, that grown folks gratitude, that I know who I really am, I remember who I really am, and when I remember who I really am, and I move from that place of, oh wow, yes, oh wow, I forgot, I'm so grateful that I just remembered who I really am, I have this attitude of gratitude that I trust infinite spirit rather than my finite self. Yeah, I got caught up, and it's okay, because I am having this human experience, I got caught up, and it's okay because now I'm remembering who I am and I know and I trust infinite God rather than my finite self. I can begin to have that shift. I stop the trance. I honor, S-H-I-F-T. I stop the trance. I honor what is real. Yes, I'm having a difficult time. Or yes, Ernest Holmes says that we don't deny the experience. Yes, I got that diagnosis. Yes, I have this much money in the bank. Yes, or whatever it is. We don't deny the experience. We honor the experience. We honor what is, but we turn away from it. Oh, I see you, but I'm turning away from it. And as I turn away from it, what I'm turning towards is the inner me, the truth of who I am. I get to remember that right where I am, God is. That infinite intelligence is living in, through, and as me. It is breathing me. It is what is beating my heartbeat. It is coursing itself through my veins. And as I turn away and still honor, oh yeah, I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm scared. I'm overwhelmed. I'm disappointed. But as I name the thing, and then as I begin to shift, and the I in shift is I invite another perspective, a higher perspective, I'm simply asking myself, and what else is the truth? What else is the truth is as I turn away from the world of effects and really look in, that I am the unique, unrepeatable, magnificent, powerful way that spirit shows up in human form. Hello? I'm reminded of that truth, and in that truth, I can rest in that truth by simply inviting a higher perspective. And then I find an anchor of gratitude. I can pause in there and I can breathe and I can take a moment And I can be kind with myself instead of being so harsh. I can be kind with myself. And I can turn towards possibility. And what are those possibilities? I can take one step, even if it's a symbolic step. And I can say to myself, yes, I'm remembering who I am. I might even just sing that song to myself as a mantra, that I'm remembering who I am. And as I remember who I am now breaking that spell. I'm breaking that thing that had me in its grips, that trance that I was walking around thinking that I was a nobody, or that I needed to be regretful or ashamed of myself. Because of that shift, because of change your thinking, change your life, I changed the energetic and the vibration and the frequency. And as I begin to look at the possibilities and know who I am, then I can't help but know and trust that something good must come from this. And making that declaration, something good must come from this. Something great must come from this. That's the gratitude. And having that attitude of gratitude and making that declaration that something great must come from this, something good must come from this, is that frequency. No, and of course, no, I'm not grateful that I'm in pain. I'm not grateful for the loss in my life. I'm not grateful for those things, but I have that attitude of gratitude that even through this, something wonderful like a phoenix rising from the ashes must come from this. Because I trust infinite spirit rather than my finite self. Because I recognize and I call forth into my own experience that knowing that right where I am, God is. There's nothing, no thing that can separate my life from the life of spirit. In the beginning, there was God and only God, higher power, presence, infinite intelligence, and it created. It didn't create from something else, otherwise it wasn't the only thing there. If there was God and only God, God can only create out of itself, which then anchors in the truth of who I am, of who you are. Spirit is right in your chair. You are the unique, unrepeatable, magnificent, powerful way that God shows up in human form. And when you stop playing small, like Marianne Williams said, right? Doesn't make any sense to play small. When we remember the truth of who we are, this is what happens for us. Clarity returns. Our courage rises. Our fear dissolves. Synchronicities, they multiply. And life begins to feel like it's unfolding with you and not against you. In that frequency of gratitude, as it continues to break the spells, your body temple begins to heal itself. Because you command and you know and you recognize that because God is living in, through, and as me, everything must be in alignment with what is for my highest and my best. And yes, beloveds, I'm not denying that this physical body is temporary. It's temporary. But our life is eternal. The body is temporary, and our life is eternal. Gratitude says, I know that I'm the expression of God, and I expect good because I am aligned with good. So I'm grateful. Grateful even before I have it in my hand, even before it's made manifest. I'm grateful that I see it, that I know it, because it is what it is. And so as we practice TAG, Thanksgiving, Appreciation, Gratitude, not just in the month of November, beloveds, but as a spiritual practice. Imagine going through your home or even through this center. I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for, and touch it and feel it. I'm so grateful, I'm thankful this is here. I'm thankful I can, look, it's a light switch. The lights are going off and on. Look, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful it's dark. I can sleep. I'm grateful it's light. Oh, yeah, open up the refrigerator. Look, oh, there's food, I'm grateful, I'm thankful. As we begin to recognize this, we begin to break the spells that the world would have us under. And oh, by the way, don't turn on the news. It's not news. New, N-E-W. It's not new. It's the olds. It's already what happened. It's the olds. Now, if you're really, really good, you can watch the news and make that your prayer request. You know, it's a prayer request for the world. But what are we feeding our minds with? How do I remind myself again and again? Change our thinking, change our lives. Watching the news is not changing our thinking in the direction we want it to be. So, here's what I'll tell you. Connie Mendoza, who great, amazing metaphysician, she says, when you stand in gratitude, you stand in your power. And that's what gratitude truly is. It's a stance. It's that attitude that I was trying to explain the first couple of weeks that I was here. It's not a sentence, it's a vibration. And it's not a virtue. Don't think, you know, you're going to heaven because it's a virtue. Ooh, I'm grateful, I'm grateful. It's a vibration, it's an energy. And so I'll leave you with this. You were never meant to live under a spell. You were always meant to live under the inspiration of spirit. And as Tomoko mentioned, I will be here with you again next Sunday. And we're going to take this even deeper. So, you know, my first challenge coming was, I said, you know, you've probably heard 1,000,001 talks on gratitude. How can I make this interesting enough? And we've been getting deeper and deeper each Sunday. So we're going to explore something that is going to move us beyond gratitude and into the very heart of spiritual transformation. I won't give away the title yet, Tomoko, but I'll email you what that title is. And I will share with you that it is the perfect doorway for our final Sunday together as we begin to anticipate our beloved Reverend Bill returning to us. But for now, just breathe with me. Thank you, Tommy. And remember who you are. And have that stance, that attitude of gratitude that breaks all spells. And as we move into prayer, let's clear away anything that is unlike the fullness of God. How big is your God? Do you tell your God how big your problems are? Or do you tell your problems how big your God is? I'm simply calling forth into our awareness right now that there is a power, a presence, one life, and no other power can exceed the power of the one. It is love, it is joy, it is peace, it is abundance, it is wholeness and wisdom and infinite intelligence. It is eternal. This power, this presence, this spirit has created everything out of itself. Therefore, my life is the way that spirit shows up in human form. And as I know this truth for myself, I know that spirit incarnates as each and every one of us. I see its divinity in the mountains. And right now, this time of year, the snow-capped mountains. I see its vastness in the oceans, in the sky. I know that God expresses as the creatures in the sea, the flying creatures, the feathered ones, the ones that are on our planet, and as each and every one of us, as trees and plants. God is all there is. And to the degree in which I recognize and know this truth for myself, it is there that I live my authentic life. So I'm simply speaking a word of blessing for this community, knowing that we awaken to our spiritual magnificence, that we recognize just a little more than we did before we walked through these doors, that our life is the life of God. I know that Centers for Spiritual Living Fullerton is the unique, unrepeatable way that spirit shows up in collective form. That God is not only in this house, but God is this house, as this house, and it expresses magnificently as each and every one of us. So I know abundance and peace and health and wholeness. I know love beyond barriers and boundaries. I know that everything unfolds beautifully and magnificently for this community, especially for Bill and Beverly right now. So praying and knowing that it is done in the mind of God, I have no other choice but to release this word now, to let it activate and be so and make itself manifest. And as I just bring this prayer to a close, I invite you, if you are in agreement with me, to simply say, and so it is.
So it is.
And so it shall be.
So this is our opportunity now to share our abundance. And we know that all our good comes from the one source, God. And for this, we are grateful. All right, we bless these tithes and these offerings. We know that they come from the heart, the central core of who we are. And we bless them and know that we will send them out into the community and to where it's needed with a grateful heart. And so it is.
If ever I fly, God knows why. The mind that knows all will not let me fall. succeed. It's not only me, it's the limitless light that makes it alright. You and me, as harmony. I am enough. I'm better myself. I go with the flow, and God lets me know that the balance of life is there to
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
It's happening in my mind.
It's happening in my mind.
It's happening in my body.
It's happening in my body.
It's happening in my life.
It's happening in my life.
I change my thinking.
I change my thinking.
And I change my life.
And I change my life.
I think it.
I think it.
I feel it.
I feel it.
I see it.
I see it.
I believe